You are not just 200,000 years old, you are ancient. The atoms in your body were forged in the hearts of dying stars. Before Earth existed, there was only a massive cloud of dust and gas. A shockwave from a supernova collapsed this cloud, igniting our sun. Leftover rocks smashed together in a chaotic dance of gravity. Billions of collisions created the planets. You were there, trapped inside these molten rocks. The young Earth was lonely, until a planet the size of Mars, named Theia, crashed into us. The debris from this accident formed our moon. Earth cooled down. Steam in the atmosphere condensed, and it rained. It rained for millions of years, turning a magma world into a water world. The stage is set. The genetic code driving you is a continuous, unbroken chain stretching back 4 billion years. If history is a mountain, human history is a single layer of paint, while the history of life is the massive mountain beneath it. It is a story of impossible odds. So here is a new experiment. We are getting back on the train. But this time, we are moving much faster to see it all. Every second, roughly 1 million years will pass. You look out the window, watching the desolate rock of Earth transform into a vibrant, breathing marble. Before we depart, a message. Suffering is preventable. GiveWell helps you move mountains of poverty by finding the most effective charities through science. 4 billion years ago, deep in hydrothermal vents, a spark occurs. Dead chemistry becomes living biology. The first replicator appears, our ultimate grandmother. It's invisible to the naked eye, but it has a superpower. It can copy itself. For a long time, the world belongs entirely to the microbes. It wasn't peaceful. Viruses appeared almost immediately, waging an eternal war against our ancestors. This war forced us to become stronger and more complex. Before DNA, there was likely an RNA world. A simpler, more fragile molecule that did everything. It was the rough draft of life. Then, cyanobacteria learned to eat sunlight. They turn solar energy into food and release a dangerous waste gas, oxygen. This is the first climate catastrophe. Oxygen is toxic to early life. This great oxidation event freezes the planet and wipes out nearly everyone. The ice was miles thick, but volcanoes punched through, releasing CO2. The greenhouse effect eventually melted the ice, saving life. But we survive. In the chaos, 2 different cells decide to stop fighting and merge into one supercell. The small cell becomes the mitochondria, the powerhouse that powers you right now. Complex life, the eukaryote, is born. We are ready to grow. We enter the boring billion. For a billion years, not much changed physically. But chemically, cells were mastering the art of recycling and energy efficiency. Another massive innovation: sex. Instead of just cloning, we start mixing DNA. This accelerates evolution, creating endless variations and individuality. Being alone is dangerous. Cells begin to stick together, forming colonies. Specialized jobs arise. Some eat, some protect. The first body is built. Life experiments with strange forms. The ediacarans appear, quilted mats and fronds on the sea floor. They have no mouths or eyes. They just exist. Then, 540 million years ago, the biological fireworks begin, the Cambrian explosion. In a blink, the oceans fill with active, hunting, armored life. We invent eyes to see prey, and armor to protect ourselves. We invent teeth, claws, and legs. The ocean becomes a battlefield of innovation. Your ancestor is here, a strange worm-like creature swimming desperately. But it has a secret weapon, a spine. We are the first vertebrates. While the ocean is a war zone, the land is barren rock. Algae and fungi form a partnership to conquer the surface, turning gray continents green. There was no soil, just rock. Fungi had to eat the rock and die for millions of years to create the dirt that plants needed. 375 million years ago, your ancestors, fish with sturdy fins, dragged themselves onto muddy banks to escape predators. Breathing air is hard work. We evolve into amphibians. We are tied to the water to lay eggs, but the land offers unlimited food. We feast on primitive insects. Oxygen levels skyrocket. Insects grow to nightmare sizes. Millipedes the size of cars and dragonflies like hawks rule the skies. It is a bug empire. These giant forests didn't rot when they died. They piled up, eventually becoming the coal we burn today. We are burning prehistoric ghosts. We invent the ultimate technology, the egg. With a hard shell, we can carry the ocean with us. We become reptiles, conquering the dry interior. Before dinosaurs, your direct ancestors ruled. The synapsids. Some had sails on their backs. They were the first lords of the land. The sail was a solar panel. It helped them warm up faster than their prey in the morning. A biological hack for energy. But the universe is cruel. 252 million years ago, the Great Dying begins. Volcanoes in Siberia erupt for thousands of years, poisoning the atmosphere. The oceans acidify and turn pink with bacteria. 90% of all species vanish. Life on Earth is almost entirely extinguished. After the dying, one pig-sized animal, Lystrosaurus, took over. For a while, it was 95% of all land vertebrates. Just herds of pigs. We barely make it. Our ancestors are small, scurrying creatures, hiding in burrows, eating decaying scraps. Resilience is the only skill that matters now. It takes millions of years for Earth to heal. As the smoke clears, a new dynasty rises to fill the empty world, the dinosaurs. It wasn't just dinos. The ancestors of crocodiles walked on two legs and were terrifying. It was a war for dominance. They start small but grow quickly. They are faster, more agile and efficient. They push our ancestors into the shadows of the night. The Jurassic Era. The true giants arrive. Long-necked sauropods strip the forests. They are the largest animals to ever walk the Earth. The supercontinent Pangaea begins to rip apart. Continents drift, creating new coastlines and moist climates that fuel a global jungle. A quiet revolution occurs. Plants invent flowers. Color explodes across the world, attracting insects for pollination. The world becomes beautiful. Trees fought back against bugs with sticky resin. Sometimes, life got trapped inside. A perfect time capsule for us to find. You are still not the main character. Your ancestors are tiny, furry shrew-like creatures. We live in fear of the thundering footsteps above. But this hardship refines us. Living in the dark, we develop super hearing whiskers, warm blood, and complex brains to map the night. The oceans were ruled by marine reptiles like Mosasaurus. They were not dinosaurs, but they were just as dangerous. The Cretaceous ends with the Tyrannosaurus rex. The ultimate predator. It seems like the reign of dragons will last forever. But space has other plans. 6 million years ago, an asteroid the size of a city is on a collision course with Mexico. The impact is bad. A wall of fire consumes the continents. Earth rings like a bell. Debris is thrown into space and rains back down as lava. The sun is blocked by ash for years. The plants die. The herbivores starve. The carnivores starve. The reign of the dinosaurs ends in ice. After the asteroid, photosynthesis stopped. But fungi loved the darkness and the death. The world turned into a mushroom kingdom. But we are small. We need less food. We eat seeds, roots, and decaying matter. We snuggle in burrows to stay warm. We survive. When the sun returns, the monsters are gone. The world is empty. This is the greatest opportunity in history. The Cenozoic era begins. We explode in size and diversity. Without dinosaurs to eat us, mammals get big. Really big. We take over every niche left behind. Some of us look at the ocean and decide to go back. They lose their legs and become whales, the new leviathans of the deep. Early whales still had legs. Ambulocetus was a clumsy seal crocodile thing. It was an awkward transition, but it worked. Others stretch their fingers into wings and take to the skies as bats, mastering the night that once terrified us. It wasn't easy. For a while, giant carnivorous birds tried to reclaim the dinosaurs' throne. We had to be fast to avoid their beaks. Your direct ancestors chose the trees. We developed grasping hands to hold branches and forward, facing eyes to judge jumps. We became primates. Another plant revolution: grass. It spreads across the world, creating vast open savannas. This changes the climate and the landscape forever. Grass is hard to eat. It contains silica, glass. So mammals evolved, constantly growing teeth to handle the grind. In East Africa, the jungle dries up. We are forced down from the safety of the canopy. The tall grass hides predators. We are vulnerable. We stand up. Bipedalism helps us see over the grass and move efficiently. It hurts our backs, but it frees our hands. Look at your hand. It is the ultimate tool. With it, we can throw rocks, carry food, and gesture to our family. We begin to shape the world. We learn to break rocks to make sharp edges. We can now cut meat and defend ourselves. We are no longer prey. We are becoming scavengers. Our shoulders changed. We became the only animal that can throw things with high speed and accuracy. The original sniper. Then, the Promethean moment. We tame fire. It provides warmth, protection from predators, and a way to cook food. Cooking is magic. It pre-digests food, giving us massive calories with less chewing. Our guts shrink, and our hungry brains explode in size. Sitting around the fire, we tell stories. We bond. Language becomes complex. We can plan, lie, and dream together. We evolved the grandmother effect. Older women survived past reproduction to help care for grandchildren. This doubled our success. The climate fluctuates wildly. Ice sheets pulse down from the north. We follow the herds. adapting to freezing cold and scorching heat. We leave Africa, not once but many times. We cross the gates of grief into Arabia, spreading into Europe and Asia. We are not alone. We meet Neanderthals in Europe and Denisovans in Asia. They are strong and smart. We fight, but we also love. In a cave in Siberia, we found a single finger bone. It revealed a whole new species of human, the Denisovans, who lived in the high mountains. 74,000 years ago, a supervolcano explodes. Winter lasts for years. We almost go extinct. Only a few thousand of us survive. You are their child. We invented the sewing needle. Now we could make tight, layered clothes. This technology allowed us to conquer the Arctic. Something clicks. We start painting on cave walls. We make jewelry. We bury our dead with flowers. We imagine gods and spirits. Wolves followed us for scraps. We didn't kill them. Over generations, the aggression faded. The killer became the companion. We build boats and reach Australia. We cross the frozen Bering Bridge to the Americas. We cover the globe. The megafauna begins to vanish. 12,000 years ago, the ice melts for the last time. The climate stabilizes. We plant seeds. We tame wolves. We build the first temples. Agriculture changes everything. We stop wandering. We work harder. We get more diseases. But we can feed more people. Villages become cities. Some say we started farming not for food, but for beer. The desire to party might have built civilization. We invent writing. Now, knowledge doesn't die with the owner. We can store it. History begins. Empires rise and fall. We invented money, a shared belief that a piece of metal is worth a cow. This allowed trade with strangers. Diseases traveled with our trade. The plague killed half of everyone. But it also forced wages to rise and changed society. We stopped trusting just old books and started testing reality. The scientific method was the engine of the modern world. We found the black blood of the earth, coal and oil, condensed ancient sunlight. We burned it to build the impossible. The train is moving at light speed now. Bronze, iron, steam, silicon. In the blink of an eye, we go from stone axes to smartphones. We almost destroyed our shield, the ozone layer. But we noticed, we cooperated, we fixed it. We are capable of solving planetary problems. We built a digital nervous system for the planet. All knowledge is now available to anyone, instantly. A hive mind. We left the cradle. We walked on the moon. We sent robots to Mars. We are preparing to leave the nest. We learned to read the code of life. Now we are learning to write it. Crass PR gives us the power of gods. We must be careful. We are building minds. Artificial intelligence, a new kind of life, or just a tool. The next chapter is undefined. We live in a rare, warm, stable time, but the climate is changing again. This time we are the volcanoes. We are not passengers anymore. We are the engineers. The train goes where we steer it. The train slows down. We see the city lights of Earth from space. We arrive at the station now. You are the result of 4 billion years of evolutionary success. A chain of survivors who never gave up, never broke the line. The odds of you existing are zero. If one ancestor had been eaten, or one sperm missed, the chain would break. You carry the salt of the ancient ocean in your blood, the fear of the dark in your brain, and the stardust in your bones. 200,000 years of Homo sapiens. Most of it spent telling stories around fires. We are storytelling apes. They felt the same love, the same fear, the same awe at the stars as you do. You are them. You are the temporary guardian of the genetic flame. It was handed to you by 4 billion ghosts. Life has no inherent meaning. That is not a bug, it's a feature. It means you get to decide what it means. You are connected to the moss, the worm, the dinosaur, and the stars. You are part of the whole. Feel the weight of time. 4 billion years. It is a heavy coat, but it keeps you warm. When you feel small, remember you are the universe's way of knowing itself. We are the universe becoming aware of itself. It is a heavy burden, but a magnificent privilege. The past is a memory. The future is a dream. The only thing that is real is this second. Right now, take a breath. That oxygen was made by the plankton. That iron in your blood came from a supernova. We have traveled a long way. But the tracks continue. Where we go next is up to us. We are now the drivers of this train. We have the power to destroy this garden, or to make it bloom. To spread life to the stars, or to let the flame go out. What will you do with your time on the train? Will you watch the view, or will you help fix the engine? Every day, we're surrounded by headlines, fast, loud, and often incomplete. But the real story of our universe lies underneath. In atoms too small to see, and systems too big to fully grasp. This channel exists to explore those ideas. To slow things down, connect the dots, and explain the science shaping our future. If you're curious about how the world really works, you're already part of the journey. If you enjoy science explained clearly, subscribe to the channel. If this episode changed how you think, leave a like and share it with someone curious like you. And if there's a question you want explored next, write it in the comments.